Hey gang, Jason here, back doing some toy stuff. All right. Super happy about that because it's been too long. And if you guys, you guys that follow this channel, you know what's been going on this spring. So, um, whatever. I'm back at it at least today. So, anyway, I thought I'd take a look at the John Deere 510 disc ripper from CD Models. Now, this was made years ago, years and years ago. And I imagine you could probably still get them from CD, but C&D, you'd have to call Dave over there and see. But okay, so like teenage me wanted one of these in the worst way possible because we used to run two of these on our real farm at home here, and I'll grab. I actually custom built. Well, I mean custom. It's a this is a this is a scale models tractor, and I actually kind of detailed it or customized it, if you will, to fit the 510 disc ripper because this would have been the exact setup we used on our real 510 disc ripper. So this is a New Holland 9882 with triples, of course. That's the way we did it back then. This was one of the first tractors I ever was turned loose by myself on driving. It's kind of a funny story, and it was with this disc ripper. We were in the field, and I was riding with Dad, and I'd driven our 7810 a little bit. I had driven at the time we had a 9680 New Holland, I think. And I'd driven it a little bit, but I hadn't really done any field work with it yet. And then, so I'm making some rounds with Dad, and I don't know how old I was. Like I said, I was a teenager. I was making some rounds with Dad, and anyway, he says, I gotta use the restroom. Take it for a round. So I did. I took off through the field. Of course, I knew how to run it. He'd show me how and all that sort of thing. And I'm sure I'd driven it with him, kind of riding shotgun. And then so I made a round, and by the time I got back to the end, he disappeared. And so I just kind of finished up the field, and that's kind of how it worked. So, really, really happy, proud day in my life, of course. You always sort of remember that, I think. So this tractor would have been done way back then too. I'm gonna guess in the the early '90s, roughly. I can't read what year that was on the farm. That was the farm show tractor, but. So these triples came off of an Ertl 9400 four-wheel drive. So you guys might remember those came with triples. And I, of course, painted them white, had to take all the wheels off, had to kind of heat those up in some hot water or warm water to get those wheels off so that I could paint that, but it worked out pretty good. And then I made a light bar. So looking back today, that light bar is kind of goofy looking. I obviously, I wouldn't make it look like that today, but, like 16-year-old me thought that was perfect. And then I did rear work lights, of course, and a mirror. Now, my mirror's too long, so our mirror actually only came out to the dual of the tractor. So, I made that too long. And then I did some pretty primitive handrails, but they are in the right location anyway. So, okay, that's a quick look at the tractor, but let's take a look at the 510 disc ripper. So, like I said, high school me, teenage me wanted this thing in the worst way possible because we actually had one. And I tried to build a couple over the years, and I'm just not very good at it, to be honest with you. or at least I wasn't back then. So, anyway, so I got a hold of a CD Models one, thankfully. So you can see here, this is the 7-shank model, which is what we would have used. I believe we also had a 9-shank as well. But the 7-shank is what I ran most of the time. You can see it's got like nice little flasher lights back here, SMV decal. It's got all the sort of adjustment pieces and everything. I mean, they don't actually go up or down, but you can see that they could, or the details there. It's even got the post for the hydraulic hoses. I always thought someday maybe I'd run it, but I think I just want to leave this bone stock original. Got nice wheels under it. I always loved these implement tires. I thought they just looked good, I always felt like. So, anyway, that's that. These shanks are cool too. Those are some really nice looking shanks. You can see they've kind of got the the winged points on them and everything. So just a really cool model. I think back in the day, I probably paid like 20 or 25 bucks for that thing. It wasn't very expensive, that's for sure. But really cool little piece. I don't know. You can occasionally run across these. I think there's a few on eBay maybe. So if you need a John Deere 510 ripper for your collection, they're out there still. But yeah, so I just thought we'd take a look at that because I hadn't really taken a look at like a CD Models implement other than maybe the sugarcane harvester before. So, back in the 90s, that was the cat's meow, if you will. That was a great piece to have in your collection. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed this rather quick dive back into farm toys, and we're going to keep at it. Hopefully have some more farm toy stuff for you later this week. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate you sticking out the rough spring here with me. It means a lot. And thanks for all the kind comments and everything that you guys gave me over the spring. So you're the best. All right, guys, have yourselves a wonderful day. Happy tractor hunting. Treat each other well, and I'll catch you all later.